Hello, and welcome to Your Money 2.0. I'm Thomas Fox, Community Outreach Director of Cambridge Credit Counseling. As we've seen over the last few months, the world of finance is changing at a rapid pace. Programs have been launched to stave off the rising number of foreclosures, and a new law was signed to curb abusive practices in the credit card industry. While the government works to stabilize the housing market and create a fairer lending system, Americans must still overcome significant hurdles before they fully regain their economic footing. Just a few years ago, when credit was relatively easy to obtain, many consumers were able to make their American dream of homeownership a reality. Unfortunately, the recent economic downturn has turned many of those dreams into nightmares, as millions of homeowners have found themselves dealing with collection agencies while trying to save their homes from foreclosure. The collection business is booming. However, they are not immune to the woes of other industries. In the first quarter of 2009, credit card delinquencies reached a record 6.5%. This increase is fueling a near record number of account defaults, currently at 7.5%, but projected to continue rising. While the climate might seem ripe for the collection industry, problems in the housing and employment markets have actually made their jobs a lot tougher as they try to recover funds from people who have little or nothing to spare. As a result, the tactics used by some collectors have become more aggressive, as you might imagine. Here are a few things you should keep in mind if you're contacted by a collection agency. Most collectors have a very good understanding of your situation. An experienced bill collector will know that you're stressed, probably at least a little scared, and that you want to pay the bill. Most people do. You'll probably discover that collectors typically fall into one of three categories. The first type is overly aggressive, intimidating, and impossible to negotiate with. This type of collector will attempt to prey on your fears, which may very well be unfounded. The polar opposite of this type of collector is one who's polite, persuasive, and professional. These collectors will also try to get you to relax and let your guard down, but you can negotiate with them. The third group of collectors falls somewhere in between. They will typically start off politely, but if you tell them you can't afford to pay, they may become much more aggressive. The absolute best thing that someone dealing with bill collectors can do is to talk to them. Tell the collector your situation, why you can't pay, and when you think you'll be able to start paying. It's also very important not to make any promises you can't keep. Don't bother telling them the check is in the mail because they've heard it a million times before. At the core of your plan to deal with collection activities is preparing an accurate and thorough budget and then prioritizing which of the bills you need to pay. This will help to determine what will be left over to satisfy collectors. Be sure to take care of your essential bills first: mortgage, rent, utilities, car loans, etc. Work with the collector using the funds you feel you can put towards your accounts after your essential needs have been satisfied. Sometimes collectors will be unwilling to work within the comfortable limits of your budget. If this is the case, the collector may employ an arsenal of tactics to secure the amounts they prefer you to pay. Therefore, you should be aware of your rights should the collector cross any boundaries. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act protects consumers from unfair and abusive collection practices. The law regulates third-party collection businesses, agents and attorneys, but not in-house collectors or employees of creditors who collect their own debts. According to the Act, collectors may contact debtors in person, by mail, telephone, telegram, or fax. However, a debt collector may not contact a debtor at inconvenient times or places, such as before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m., unless the debtor allows it or works non-traditional hours. Also, a debt collector may not contact a debtor's workplace if the collector knows the debtor's employer does not allow personal calls. Collectors may also contact other people, but only to find out where the debtor lives, what their phone number is, and where they work. Such contacts are limited. However, if a collector believes they've been misled, they may contact these individuals again. As I mentioned earlier, some collectors are unreasonably aggressive and are not above bullying consumers. However, the Act establishes that collectors may not harass, oppress, or abuse debtors or any third parties they contact. Examples of harassment would include threatening violence, using profanity, or making continuous or repeated telephone calls. Also, debt collectors may not use any false or misleading statements when collecting a debt. If you'd like to know more about the specific rights and protections provided under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you can call 1-877-FTC-HELP or go to the FTC's website at ftc.gov. Well, that's it for this edition. As always, we welcome your feedback, which you can send to us at yourmoney2@cambridgecredit.org. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Thomas Fox for Cambridge Credit Counseling.